shit. Hey, what's going on, Daisy?
Hey, how are you?
Pretty good. You're up early.
I get up on the weekends.
Oh, that makes sense.
I spoke with Bones about the shared certs.
Oh, that's right. Is he excited?
No.
Okay,
But,
perfect. Good.
We are moving forward with it. I think
Okay.
we kind of came to some common ground on it. So
What was
okay.
he? May I ask, like, what was he not happy about? And I'm asking mostly because, from my point of view, I don't get why anyone wouldn't like it to begin with. So.
Well, he used the language that so like for the pursuit unit, right? He used the language that, well, it's convenient how much this benefits the LSPD. And I kind of and I said to him, I was like, is it a bad thing that both departments benefit? Like, I think both departments should benefit. Both departments should be represented. And I think it's a couple different things.
Wait,
I
but
think
what's
he's
convenient?
worried that we're gonna pick somebody that he's not gonna like. That's gonna be difficult for him to work with, right?
For the next week?
What do you mean?
Does he know? Does he know he's probably not going to be sheriff in a week?
But that he still runs the certs, like just because he's not sheriff. Yeah, for now.
Oh no, that poor. See, I like Bones. Oh my God, the poor thing.
Yeah. So the kind of compromise that we came to is, obviously LSPD is going to have the final say on who the LSPD cert lead is. BCSO will have the final say on who the BCSO cert lead is. However, we are going to talk to the cert leads and see if they have any names in mind. It won't be like the final pool of applicants for it, but obviously we don't want to alienate the current cert leads by not involving them in the process.
I would argue.
I do think that their feedback is valuable because theoretically they should know from their cert who would be good candidates. And if they just give me a name if they just give me a name of their friends, like, they can fuck off. But yeah, fuck that guy. That guy's a piece of shit.
Wait, you know about him?
Oh yeah, I was informed about his bullshit comment about how we shouldn't allow LSPD into the certs because it'll lessen the quality or some shit. He can go.
No.
Yeah, I had a right mind to fire him over it. I think Peters talked to him about it.
That's not what I was referencing. I'm not surprised though. Tackleberry, I overheard on a number of, you know how I stand in the back of the meetings, right? This guy just sits back there shit talking. And I really don't get it. Like, why be in a department that you actively like sabotage and just I mean, I'll give you the answer to that.
And dislike. Just go be where you want to be.
I'll give you the answer. The answer is that some people likely join the department it's either A, they joined before you took charge, right? Or number two, and not you specifically, but with the changes, right?
Or two, it was the only option that they had. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, hey,
I
this place is
mean,
hiring, which is still strange, but it's that motivation of like, you know, do I work G6 or do I get to be a cop, right? And
I guess
but
I don't know. I mean, Peter's told me that he told Tackleberry that the next person he finds out that's like actively sabotaging or doing this shit is just gonna get fired. Cause I'm like,
yeah,
I personally am kind of done with it, and I
it
know Peter's is
agreed.
very done with it.
It doesn't help anybody, right?
No, it doesn't.
It kind of reminds me. It's the same issue that I told you this, right? I kind of like pressed the marshals very heavy about some of the bullshit recently.
Hey, really quickly, do you think it's weird that we had to only vote for one mayor and basically, you know, mark our county of residency, yet I can vote for legislation in Blaine County?
Did you read my open letter to Angel and the DOJ?
It was very long, Nino.
Yeah, it was long. So that what you're describing, I put in that letter. Like, I really broke it down, but somehow their reading comprehension is such dog shit because they pretty much their response was a straw man. They misconstrued like pretty plain English into some bullshit, and then closed the thread. So I couldn't respond. It was so stupid. But yeah, the TLDR was how that the TLDR was that the mayoral election was classic gerrymandering because they had a bullshit classification that you were self-declaring residency, but inherently it was never going to be residency because A, it's never going to be documented, B, it's never going to be used, C, if they did use the ballots, then it'd be illegal because you'd be breaking the right to privacy because you'd have to look at the ballot in order to jot down what type of resident you're going to be. So yeah, it was, and what's happening now is a oh my god, oh my god, wait, Daisy.
What?
If the marshals give you any trouble, I can file for impeachment. So I wrote the open letter mostly so they could rectify it, and now that the vote went up and they're not using residency, etc., you know, maybe there's something I can do with that. But honestly, I'm probably not going to bother. It's probably a waste of time. But yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I mean, the election results were 50-50.
For Blaine County?
Yeah, like if you add all the Los Santos votes and the Blaine County votes, it was pretty much neck and neck, which doesn't even fit the demographics.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's true. That's actually very true. I don't know.
I don't think there's anything strange. I think it's as simple as you know, there's sides to this whole thing, right? And it's either you're on one side or another side. It's pretty much like a scuffed political party. You got those that you know, want life to be a certain way, and then those who want life to be a different way. But if you go by the votes alone, right, and you add up like my votes and Pred votes, they grossly supersede that of Eve. And Eve is not even full Blaine rot. You know what I mean? Like, you know, she doesn't actively go and try to sabotage other people's shit. So if you look at it from that perspective, whether it's the BCSO's mentality, whether it's certain marshals that target the LSPD, whoever, they're a minority in this population.
Could I get 3 combos? No, just whatever. Thank you.
They're a minority in this entire thing. So,
Yeah.
you know, y'all keep doing you. I think that's good. I think getting the feedback's good, all that, but I don't know.
Yeah, what I told Bones is to give me some names to look at by Tuesday. I'm gonna work on getting some names myself, and I told him if he doesn't get me the names by then, I'm just picking somebody myself, like without, any feedback from him.
That's a good idea. Yeah. I really want, ideally, for there to be another thing I'm gonna throw your way, Daisy, is like you, me, and Peters to have a weekly meeting where we kind of have like think of it as like a state of the PD sort of thing. Doesn't have to be super like serious or whatever. Just kind of a thing where we can sit down and be like, here's where things are, so I can speak to it. I think it'd be good.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
All right.
What day would you like to do that? Thank you so much, Martha.
We could do it. Talk to Peter. See what days work for you.
Okay. During the weekdays, I can't really be around during shift 1. But so either we could do it at the beginning of shift 2, like any day, or we could do it on the weekend.
Okay. Let me cook on that too. Let me see what works for me. And we'll set something up.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, easy. Hey, I'm gonna say a recommendation for Interceptor. Not, I don't have someone in mind, but it might be a good way to give someone that doesn't have too much something to do if they're.
Yeah, no, that's the point. That's the point of the certs. Is growth and movement within the PD shouldn't rely exclusively on ranks, and there should be other ways for growth and fulfillment, and that's through the certs. So I would absolutely think, like, I didn't agree with Bones being the cert lead.
That's still so fucked.
And when we talked about it, I said to him, this can only be temporary until you get it set up, and then you need to appoint a new cert lead.
Yeah.
And that is yet to happen. But I think his argument was that it never really got off the ground. But again, I think it's kind of his fault because he's the one that's leading it. So if it hasn't gotten off the ground in however many months.
3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, neither did Air One, and that's why all this is happening.
And I talked to Bones about Air One. And I said, "Where is Bay? Like, she's not around," and he thinks it's like, she got what she wanted, and then she lost motivation. Like, there was, so I don't know. But we're gonna find a Air One lead for LSPD.
Okay.
I don't want it to be Anita because Anita is doing the civil pilot stuff.
There's Opal.
Does Opal do Air One?
She's really good. Yeah.
Okay, I'll talk to Opal.
I only know that because I was in Air One with her with Peters, and she was really good. And Opal is very she's got a good head on her shoulders.
Oh no, Opal's fantastic. I just didn't know that she did Air One. No, she's a big motor person. She does motor.
Yeah, that is true. But they kind of go hand in hand in a way. You know what I mean? In the sense that, like, you're kind of like an add-on to a chase. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Yeah,
that's true. I do agree with you there. All right. Well, we're figuring it out. I just wanted to give
Okay.
you
Hey.
an update on that.
I appreciate that.
Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Not really. I was sick yesterday, so I'm still kind of catching up with things. But
Peters and I had a pretty good talk with Pred yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, just kind of told us sort of about what he wants to do and just all of that. It feels like, you know, what has become, I think, very apparent is that, and I didn't really like notice it, I think, in the moment, but like BCSO hasn't really had any oversight until now.
Yep.
And it's
Go see
very
them in the 10
obvious,
months.
like how anytime there's some kind of like authority figure, you know, whether that was the jurisdictional authority or Pred, they throw a huge fucking fit.
That, yes. And that is why I hired outside of the establishment 3 months ago, as that was exactly what I was facing. It was, but this is how it's always been, as the excuse for stonewalling everything. And the reality of the matter is that without fresh new ideas and the ability to it's what leads to status quo desires, you know, is that things are good just how they are, you know. And but you know, I don't know, he's gonna be up for a challenge. It'll be interesting, but I don't know.
You know, I'm interested to see like what he does and what he does in just Blaine County in general, and you know, obviously with the PD. But you know, we just hope for the best. That's all we can do.
Yep. True. All right. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, that's all I got.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, Moss. If you need anything, I'll be around.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You take care. Bye.
Okay. Bye.